A couple of months ago, I released an unknown areas or areas I forgot existed video, and you guys really enjoyed it. You wanted me to make another one, but in that video, I pretty much covered all the areas that I, forgot existed. So I'm gonna need to do a bit more research if I want to release another one of those. But what I have for you today is an unknown items video. Now the items I'm going to show you guys today, you guys may know some of them, but you may not know all of them. Again, it's going to be different for everybody. If you're a very seasoned veteran player of this game, you may know all of them, but you never know. I may have found an item that you totally forgot existed or didn't even know existed in general. So that being said, before I start the video, if you guys have any unknown items in the old school servers that you want me to know about and maybe want me to put in another video, if I do another unknown item video, leave them in the comments or tweet them to me in a DM or send me a YouTube message so other people can't see them, and I'll put them in the next video. Anyways, let's get started. The first two items I have for you guys are ones that you can get from the same area, and that is the Tower of Life. In the Tower of Life, if you kill a Newt Roost, a Unicow, a Spideen, Sword Chick, Frog Eel, or Jubster, you have a chance of getting a tea flask and a satchel. The tea flask can store up to 5 cups of plain tea, the ones you can thieve from the Varrock tea stall. Now the cups of plain tea are the only things you can put in the satchel though, so things like nettle tea and tea from a player-owned house or drinks like the Gut Express that you can put into a teacup can't be put into the tea flask. You can also put the tea back into the cup just by using the tea flask on an empty cup. I would like to say that the flask is useful for something, but the fact that you can only put 5 cups of tea into it makes it pretty useless. I mean, I can't think of anything right now that would be useful for. There may be something. I mean, let me know below if there's something this is useful for, but yeah, pretty useless. Mud Ash probably has this on his personal account though, so that's a cool thing. Probably. Another drop you can get from the Tower of Life hybrids are different colored satchels, and these satchels can hold a banana, cake, and a triangle sandwich. So if you eat all of these foods, they heal a bit less than a monkfish would heal you for. I can see this being a bit more useful than the tea flask, but the fact that you can only store one of each of these foods in the satchel makes it still pretty useless. The most interesting thing about these satchels though is that it enhances the beckon emote, like just so random. I have no idea why, but it does. Here's what the beckon emote looks like without equipping the satchel. And then here's what it looks like when you have the satchel equipped. One really cool thing I found was that your character actually says something in-game during the beckon emote with the satchel equipped. You have to turn your sounds up a little bit, but this is what he says. I don't know why it enhances the emote, but I still found that pretty cool. The next one I have for you is probably an item that's a bit more known now because they actually made it a requirement for a master clue, and that is the Shadow Sword. So the Shadow Sword is a two-handed sword obtained as a reward from the General's Shadow mini quest. The sword matches the ghostly robes and is translucent. It has the same melee stats as a black 2H sword, but there's additional magic attack and defense bonuses. You obviously get to keep the sword when the mini quest is over, but if you happen to lose it, you just pretty much have to go back to the fishing guild in that cave there where all the goblins are, go back to where you finish the mini quest, talk to a ghost by having a ghost speak amulet on, and then you can retrieve the sword back from him. Pretty cool little sword to have. I mean, the bonuses aren't that great. It has the same attack bonuses as a black 2H like I said, so really not that useful, but you never know. Somebody may think it looks cool and want to train with it. So, pretty cool item. So now we have an item that I was unable to get in old school. I don't know why. I was unable to remake it. I was destroyed, I'm guessing, and I just can't get it back, and that's the bow sword. So the bow sword is an item required in the Devious Minds quest, and if you guys have done that, then props to you. It's a quest with annoying requirements. You need 65 smithing, 50 rune crafting, and then 50 fletching for that quest. So this weapon actually can't even be wielded. When you try to wield it, it says it's a bow and a sword. How am I supposed to use this? So there are not any stats for this bow sword because you can't attack anybody with it. It's unwieldable. There was actually a suggestion a couple months ago about adding this bow sword as a cosmetic item from like a master or elite clue reward, but I don't think that was added in. But the thing for me was I tried getting it in game, like remaking it in game, and on the wiki it says that you can make a replacement if you've destroyed it. But when I go to the Doric's Anvil and you have to go to the whetstone there, all you need to do is use a mithril 2H sword on the whetstone and then add a bowstring to the sword that you get from using it on the whetstone. And I was unable to pretty much use the sword on the whetstone because it says like, why would you want to waste a perfectly good sword? So I don't know if it's possible for me to re-get this item. I mean, I looked everywhere. Like I checked the guy Django in case it was there, and I checked at my bank, obviously. I checked at all the monks over at Paterdomus, but I was unable to reclaim the item in any way. So if you guys do know how to re-get it, then let me know because I'm totally stuck. During the What Lies Below quest, you were given something called a beacon ring during the quest. And this beacon ring, you can operate it and it pretty much summons a guy called Zaf to you during the quest. Now you guys may know Zaf because he has that battle staff shop in Varrock. If you guys lose this ring or forget to claim it after the quest, then you can always go to Zaf in Varrock and reclaim it from him. Now I was going to put this item in the video because it was pretty useless, But then I realized that it actually has a +2 magic bonus. So it has a +2 magic attack bonus, and then it has a +1 magic defense bonus. So I just randomly, I had no idea. So it's pretty useless, I guess, for most people, but for Iron Men, it may be a decent alternative for a Sears ring that maybe you can wear until you get that Sears ring. So pretty neat little item, gives a magic attack bonus, and yeah. Now we're going to get to these lovely pair of boots you see in my inventory called the gardening boots. So the gardening boots are a drop that can be obtained from farmers, pretty random. They're actually a rare drop from level 7 combat farmers. Now you would think that these gardening boots may give a slight boost or may provide you with some sort of positive benefits when doing farming, but nope, they are purely cosmetic and just are extremely useless. I legit have no idea why they're in the game. They're just straight up purely cosmetic, no stat bonuses, and just, I don't know, just random. I did, however, buy these for 50k from the Grand Exchange, but the fact that they're probably bought so recently, they're probably traded so rarely that people are merching these probably for high amounts all the time. So whoever I bought the boots from for 50k, congratulations. I played myself. The last 3 items I have for you guys are the rapier, no, not the chaotic rapier, just a regular rapier, Harry's cutlass, and a lucky cutlass. And these can all be bought from the same guy on Mostly Harmless, Smith. Now to talk to Smith, I believe you need to have a book of piracy on you, and then you must have completed Cabin Fever. So completing Cabin Fever is pretty much like an indirect requirement to get these items. I believe Smith is also the guy you talk to if you want to make your anchor wieldable, your barrel chest anchor. I'm not sure, but I think he is. But anyways, so the 3 items themselves are actually pretty neat. So you guys probably have heard of the rapier before, but the 2 cutlasses are ones that I had no idea existed. The rapier is just like a really thin sword, and it's pretty effective for piercing, so stabbing obviously. It requires 40 attack to wield, and it actually has identical stats to the rune scimitar, but the stab and slash bonuses are swapped. I would say that this item is a lot more useful than the other ones on the list, but the fact that you need Cabin Fever done is a little bit annoying and just sort of puts people off from getting it, I guess. But it does have a nice stab option, so I don't know, maybe it'll be useful for lower levels that need a pierce weapon for a Slayer task, but I'm just trying to think of useful things. It's most likely just not useful at all, but still a pretty cool item. Now the Lucky Cutlass is just sort of a regular sword that has similar stats to a Mithril Scimitar, and then Harry's Cutlass is a sword that just has similar stats to a Steel Scimitar. The Lucky Cutlass costs 2,560 GP, and then Harry's Cutlass costs 1,040 GP. So, I mean, not that expensive, but the fact that they're just, you know, they have such a unique look to them. They're unlike any other item in the game. Just really cool to find, and useless but pretty neat. Pretty much like every item on this list. Useless but pretty cool to, you know, rediscover or just discover for the first time. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this and want to see another one, make sure to drop a like and also comment any cool and unique unknown items that you want me to, I guess, show next video. It would be really cool to see what else we can find. If you guys liked it, make sure to drop a like I said. And thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time. Have a good one, and peace.